If literal court evidence won't convince you this stuff is real, then I don't know what will. Young Thug, one of the most famous rappers, is currently fighting a RICO case in court right now. And officials found a, quote, religious ceremony which involved the sacrifice of goats. And his lawyers are asking the footage of the sacrifice to be excluded from his co-defendant's arrest because they believe it could create prejudice. In simple words, Young Thug and his friend SB were in a gang called YSL. His friend SB got arrested, and the body cam footage of the police showed a ritualistic sacrifice of goats.
So Young Thug had a problem. His jail calls were released where he talking smack about everybody, and a recording of him was released where he's very friendly with police.
To sacrifice his own brother.
For him to, you know, go unexpectedly, and then I go number one, and then I take off after that, like the way I took out.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
Do something with it.
It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me always. Money coming in all day. Money coming in all pay. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, this is money coming. It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, this is money coming. It's just.
Hey y'all, welcome back to All Things Jenny. I'm Jenny. So while everyone is talking about Mariah the Scientist and Young Thug and Glorilla, we're going to talk some deep stuff about what happened with the goat sacrifices while he was in jail. Because the phone call came out, he was basically gossiping. I tell you all the time, men gossip worse than women. Trust me, I have guy friends, I have brothers, I have heard of men gossiping worse than women. But when he told her, while he was telling her not to worry about the other woman, right? Because that's what men do. They tell you, don't worry about this one. Meanwhile, that's the one you should be worried about. There was a lot of goat sacrifices going on, rather turning the court over so he can get out, because clearly something worked and he was able to get out with everything that was supposed to stick did not stick. So today we're going to dig deeper. While everyone is gossiping about the shallow stuff, we're going to dig deeper because that's what we do here. And we're going to find out about the whole goat sacrifice because this is very, very, very true.
So Young Thug had a problem. His jail calls were released where he talking smack about everybody, and a recording of him was released where he's very friendly with police. Now, Young Thug goes on an interview, clears some things up. First of all, jail calls where he talking smack about everybody. He said, look, he was down bad, he was in jail, he thought he was never getting out, he was just letting out steam, mad at the whole world. He said, second thing second, recording of him talking to the polices. He said he was trying to be slick, he was trying to throw them off, and he may have been overly friendly because he was trying to flirt with a specific officer. Now there's one more thing that Young Thug clears up, and that's his relationship with Gunna, why he's so upset at him. And boy, is this something, because according to Young Thug, during the YSL RICO trial, Gunna was the first person to take a plea deal going against their collective plan. Okay, listen closely. The feds wanted Young Thug, plain and simple. They brought in a bunch of folks from YSL and said, look, everybody just tell us YSL is a gang, not really a record label. Y'all all walk out of here. We just want him. Now, why the feds were doing this? Because RICO charges are notoriously very, very difficult to prove. Because it's simple. All the YSL members have to do is look at each other and say, no, YSL is just a record label. What are the feds gonna do? Nothing. So the lawyers look at each other and say, everybody keep it solid. YSL record label, YSL record label, YSL record label. Everybody say, yeah, Gunna said. And well, uh-oh, here's where things started to get wicked, because the feds have some tactics of their own. They said, look, nobody gotta say anything, but y'all are all gonna sit in jail until we figure this whole thing out. That could be 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, we don't know, count them up. Gunna said 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, oh, I'm gone. And that's when Gunna decided to go against the plan. Gunna takes the plea, says YSL's the gang. All the lawyers begin to scramble, because now they gotta change their story. They gotta now say, well, some people may believe it's a gang, some people may not. Now they gotta start looking out for their own clients. Now they gotta start saying, just take the plea deal, take the plea deal. Gunna already said it's a gang, you might as well take the plea deal. 0 years. That's why Young Thug told his brother, you might as well take it. Gunna already opened the can of worms. Now, all that being said, RICO charges are still very, very difficult to prove. So Young Thug still had a chance to not go to jail. As you guys have seen, he beat the case and he didn't go to jail. But let's just say his chances were much, much, much more difficult after everyone came out and said YSL is a gang.
Excuse me, but have y'all heard about Young Thug trying to get the evidence of a goat ritual sacrifice thrown out of court? Have y'all heard about this? If y'all heard about this and nobody told me or tagged me in it, we gonna have to fight. But y'all, what the hell is going on? Watch this.
In the court to exclude evidence of a ritualistic sacrifice in his RICO trial.
The theory behind killing animals is you're draining their energy, their power, and to use for mystical purposes.
According to newly filed court documents, defense attorneys for Young Thug, whose real name is Jeffrey Williams, have motioned to exclude evidence stemming from his co-defendant's arrest. According to the documents, during Shannon Stillwell's March 2022 arrest, officials found a, quote, religious ceremony which involved the supposed sacrifice of goats. Prosecutors say Stillwell, known as SB, and Young Thug were part of a gang referred to as Young Slime Life. Now, Young Thug's defense team says showing evidence of this alleged goat sacrifice has no, quote, benefit or probative value and could create prejudice in jurors. For more information about this,
there are known paganistic symbols and satanic symbols.
It's
and
in our
there
face.
There's a whole textbook on ritual crime that police know about and have used, but honestly, there was a whole satanic panic in the 80s.
and says he's unclear what specifically a goat sacrifice could represent.
The theory behind killing animals is you're draining their energy, their power, and to use for mystical purposes, or again, as a sign of sacrifice to the divine. And it could very well be just a crazy.
Just a few days back, it was reported that one of Young Thug's co-defendants were in the process of ritually offering a goat when the police arrested him. It was all apparently caught on body cam, which hasn't been released as of yet.
A bizarre request from Young Thug's defense amidst the rapper's ongoing jury selection, petitioning the court to exclude evidence of a ritualistic sacrifice in his RICO trial.
The only reason we found this out now was because Young Thug's lawyer is trying to have this situation removed from the evidence in Thug's trial, claiming that a religious act such as a ritual sacrifice shouldn't be allowed as evidence, as it would paint Thug in a certain light for his religious beliefs. This is the way the lawyer is trying to get the proof removed that Young Thug and YSL are a bunch of occultists who practice ritual sacrifice. What Young Thug's co-defendant was doing was making a ritual sacrifice for demonic blessings. They claim this is their religious preference. You tell me which religion you think they're talking about. What more evidence do people need to see to figure out what the industry is about?
Listen, we've been talking about this for years. If you can't see just the demonic, rituals and things that are going on at the Grammys and, in the music world, and how they're constantly, just mocking Christianity, and you can't tell that there's demonic spirits behind this. It's not just entertainment. See, the problem is, Lucifer, he was in charge of the music in heaven. And so now down here, people sell their soul, right, to the devil for the fame, for the fortune, through the music. And so they got the music sounding so good with the beats and all that. They got the best beats, all that kind of stuff, the best producers, the best writers. And so you're just caught, you're just in a trance, you want to keep listening to it. And a lot of Christians, even they want to defend it and, it's not that serious, you're doing too much, because they want to keep listening to secular worldly music, not realizing, hey, you're opening yourself up to demonic spirits. Now here Taylor Swift is just doing full-blown witchcraft on stage. She's talking about she's waiting for a signal. She's got the whole little, demonic circle. Like, if you can't see it, it's because you don't want to see it. Now, then you got Doja Cat. I think that's how you say her name. She said she's gonna paint the town red. I mean, this music video is just, super demonic. All right, she says I'm a demon lord. She got raw meat in her hands. We seen those videos with all the celebrities, and the Abramovich lady who used to be with Jay-Z. She's getting intimate here with the Grim Reaper and some other demonic figure. And then here's a crazy one. This rapper YSL, I guess recently he got caught up, on some RICO charges, and he had his lawyers make a motion for a goat sacrifice that he did not to be used, in the hearings, because I guess they felt like it was going to put some kind of perception and some kind of bias, I guess, with the jury. And then, of course, we've got Beyonce.
Do things that I cannot do when I'm in rehearsal. I mean, I can try, but then it just doesn't happen. I can sing notes and sing strong and do all these things that when I'm just by myself, I can't do. And I remember right before I performed, I raised my hands up, and it was kind of the first time I felt something else come into me.
Now, one thing that, I never really paid attention to, but I heard this other woman of God say it. A group of witches is a coven. And then when the group gets too large to be manageable, this is a definition, they split it and they call it a hive. All right. So they got the beehive. And I was just like, wow, you know what I'm saying? We've been saying, she's a witch. She's in full blown, witchcraft at her shows. But most recently, look at this. She has a vagina portal. All right. And oh, by the way, her daughter attended this, completely just inappropriate. I wonder if there's like a age limit, to go to a Beyonce concert. Probably not, because you know what? And dancing half naked in front of little kids at libraries now, for whatever reason, people, think that's normal. They don't see nothing wrong with it. That's the delusion, that we're under. But this portal looks very similar to the one that Travis Scott had, the Astral World portal, where all those people died, if you remember that. So, I mean, look, it's right there. It's in your face. People don't want to see it because they want their flesh to be entertained. And it's not just the people in the world, right? The Bible talks about the God of this world, has blinded their minds. But it's Christians who will argue. It's Christians who will say, you know what, you're doing too much. And, that's why, guys, I've just gotten to the point, man, like, hey, I tell people, seek God for yourself. You see the stuff that happened with Dante Bowe, Maverick City, things that are going on with politics. Like a lot of people, they're not in the spirit. And when God shows you stuff, there's a lot of people, they just don't want to see it. And it can be discouraging. You just got to know for yourself what God is showing you, what God is telling you, what God is exposing. And he who has an ear, let him hear.
Y'all remember this from last year? Young Thug's lawyer want goat sacrifice excluded from evidence. Now, why you think they need them goats for? For those of you who know, you know. I'm going to say allegedly because I wasn't there to witness it with my own eyes. But, that's what the news is saying. That they wanted that to be excluded from evidence. Now, before y'all come for me, y'all know it's a cultural thing to have animal sacrifices for certain rituals and ceremonies. It's practiced globally, especially during biblical times. So before y'all come for me, understand that. Of course, this whole case sounded messy from the beginning. There was a lot of mishandling and mishaps. A Young Thug's lawyer was held in contempt and arrested after claims of secret meeting. That's not even allegedly, because we seen it. The world's seen it. Outside looking in, overall, the whole case looked real sloppy. If, in fact, Billy the Goat was used during the sacrificing rituals or ceremonies or whatever, or part of a tradition, I'm not saying this happened, but it's odd and it's weird. But some of us know, for us people who know, we know, but it's kind of odd to get no prison time on a RICO case. It had many parts and many moving pieces, and you only get 20 years probation as a black man. That's all I gotta say. I don't know if I should say congratulations or what, but okay, Young Thug. Okay, I guess you not, whatever. But anyways, what y'all think?
I get it. That is very sad that a goat had to be unalive for all this to happen, but at the end of the day, in hoodoo, in those kind of practice, it is an energy exchange. You have to give something for something else, just like, they will show in movies where they talk about, oh, they had to sacrifice this person or that person. Hopefully they never have to do anything like that, right? But they do it for a purpose. They have to give something in order to receive something. It's like an energy harvesting, energy exchange. That's why, like, even with the whole Travis Scott video that I made, when they talked about the energy harvesting of the people who were unalive, it's kind of the same thing. They went further by using humans, but, in my opinion, I wouldn't be surprised if that plus other things were in the works. That's why he was able to get off scot-free. Because all these things he was being accused of, just like the whole Diddy situation, I tell you, there's something that was being done in the background to flip the court over so they can get out for free. Or free.
Oh, no, not at all. It's very simple, because for us, we never used to do rituals that are not, what can I call it? For instance, when we make a sacrifice wasn't done for its own sake, right? Like if we slaughter a goat, it's not a sacrifice per se, because it will be consumed, it will be eaten. So that's the difference between when we say sacrifice in African context and when we say sacrifice in another context that is maybe from, let's say, the magical traditions of the West or Europe. So our sacrifices were to be consumed. So that's why when I say, you can gather at home and just slaughter a goat and eat it, that's already considered an offering to the ancestors, because what are you offering other than the animal itself? You're actually gathering and showing them that, yeah, we are here, we support family unity, and we want you to bless us. It always comes with some form of blessing following that.
In Leviticus, within the Bible, there's literal instructions given by God, the Creator, to perform an animal sacrifice to cure people of illnesses, ritualistically through a spiritual cleanse and then an animal blood sacrifice in Leviticus. My point is this: animal sacrifices aren't evil. The majority of animals or meat that we eat, that animal has been killed or slaughtered in the name of a deity. This is one of the oldest forms of energy. You see, your blood holds DNA. Any form of blood holds DNA. And in the spiritual world, it's like a form of drug usage that empowers spirits. It gives them a quick dose of energy for them to perform certain actions or jobs.
Just like in hoodoo, voodoo, and African religions, whenever they're doing some sort of sacrifice and they need to get some work done, they will tell them, you need some chicken feed, you need this, you need that, you need a live chicken, because it's like a cleansing. I've heard it before about like the whole Jennifer Lopez. And sometimes, I think her ex-husband mentioned this, where he went to a ceremony and she was being bathed by like chicken blood or something like that from her madrina that lives in Miami, who does the work for her. This is all alleged. I've also read in like blind items, but you take blind items with a grain of salt. But I would not be surprised if, for example, I mentioned this before, that they ended up doing some turn the court over or ammonia jar to get this thing. But I think with him, with all the stuff that was going on with the Young Thug situation, they had to go a little bit deeper to get something deeper in order for all these things to not stick, because there was a lot more that needed to be done than just, ammonia jar. They needed. Just like in hoodoo, voodoo, and African religions, whenever they're doing some sort of sacrifice and they need to get some work done, they will tell them, you need some chicken feed, you need this, you need that, you need a live chicken, because it's like a cleansing. I've heard it before about like the whole Jennifer Lopez. And sometimes, I think her ex-husband mentioned this, where he went to a ceremony and she was being bathed by like chicken blood or something like that from her madrina that lives in Miami, who does the work for her. This is all alleged. I've also read in like blind items, but you take blind items with a grain of salt. But I would not be surprised if, for example, I mentioned this before, that they ended up doing some turn the court over or ammonia jaw to get this thing. But I think with him, with all the stuff that was going on with the Young Thug situation, they had to go a little bit deeper to get something deeper in order for all these things to not stick, because there was a lot more that needed to be done than just, ammonia jaw. They needed.
Lil Baby panics after Young Thug leaks receipts exposing his secret DL tendencies. Lil Baby has reportedly gone into panic mode after Young Thug allegedly leaked receipts exposing his secret DL tendencies. The shocking claims quickly spread across social media, where fans dissected screenshots and conversations said to come directly from Young Thug's circle. While the authenticity of the receipts has not been independently verified, the controversy has ignited a storm of reactions online. According to reports, the receipts include private exchanges that suggest Lil Baby may have been hiding parts of his personal life from the public. Young Thug, who is already embroiled in his own legal battles, seemingly chose this moment to expose the Atlanta rapper, leaving fans stunned by the explosive allegations. Lil Baby's supporters immediately rushed to defend him, questioning the timing and credibility of the so-called leaks. Others, however, expressed shock, debating what this could mean for the rapper's image and career. Subscribe so you don't miss upcoming videos. Like, comment, share, and add this video to your favorites to stay informed.
Bitch, at this point in time, this about to be a series called Young Thug Pillow Talking, okay? Now, y'all know Young Thug apologized to Mariah the Scientist yesterday because the audio got leaked of him talking about how, it was some other girl at the penthouse. Days before he got arrested, he had another girl at the penthouse taking pictures in his home. And in the audio, he's telling the other man that's on the phone, which why would you even be okay with this man telling you what he did to his girlfriend? But he told the man that basically he told her some type of lie, she believed it, and now they back together. He wrote an apology on Twitter for that, only for another audio to be released today. And he's on the phone showing all his 32 or 27, 30, how many fucking teeth he got in his damn mouth. Spitting that jail talk to that girl, talk about, yeah, when I come home, we gonna be together and we gonna have kids and blah, blah, blah. As if he didn't have this girl out here saving herself for him for almost 2.5 years. He definitely could have kept this apology because you knew that it was going to be more audios released and you knew what you was doing. And I know Miss Mariah is currently burning blue because she took to her Instagram to upload her song Rainy Days. Girl, your days wouldn't be so rainy if you would leave this man alone. His career is sinking. He's probably rotting from the inside out and he's a terrible person. Save yourself.
Lil Baby panics after Young Thug leaks receipts exposing his secret DL tendencies. Lil Baby has reportedly gone into panic mode after Young Thug allegedly leaked receipts exposing his secret DL tendencies. The shocking claims quickly spread across social media, where fans dissected screenshots and conversations said to come directly from Young Thug's circle. While the authenticity of the receipts has not been independently verified, the controversy has ignited a storm of reactions online. According to reports, the receipts include private exchanges that suggest Lil Baby may have been hiding parts of his personal life from the public. Young Thug, who is already embroiled in his own legal battles, seemingly chose this moment to expose the Atlanta rapper, leaving fans stunned by the explosive allegations. Lil Baby's supporters immediately rushed to defend him, questioning the timing and credibility of the so-called leaks. Others, however, expressed shock, debating what this could mean for the rapper's image and career. Subscribe so you don't miss upcoming videos. Like, comment, share, and add this video to your favorites to stay informed.
Little Woody exposes the reason why Young Thug is getting all the backlash and for why the reason that all the videos are getting leaked about him snitching. I got the video for you guys. Make sure to follow, like, and leave your comments.
I love you. Nothing gonna stop me from loving you, but what you do from this moment forward. You knew not to come on this internet. You knew not to let a nigga like Pee Wee Roscoe get on the internet and do what he did. You let Pee Wee do that. You let Pee Wee do that. And Pee Wee got you in all this stuff. Pee Wee got on the internet calling people rats. Pee Wee got on the internet saying all he said. Now guess what? He made people mad. People when they dig up the videos. Now people don't dig up the videos. You are what you are, buddy. You official on the Woody and Charleston White team. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm okay with being a snitch. Because I know what I did. I know what I've been through. But, nigga, you is a snitch too, nigga.
Mariah the scientist was being messy. She was being very messy because she know good well ain't nobody never said Glorilla look like no Rihanna. She was trying to be funny. She was trying to be funny. And see, that's why the joke is on her now. That's why Young Thug got her looking crazy at this point. I don't know when y'all girls gonna learn sitting up and listening to men tell you what type of women they wouldn't mess with, who they don't like, what they not attracted to. Men be liking varieties. So just because he attracted to you and you may be pretty and you may be a specific type of pretty, don't think that he don't look at other women who look totally different than you. Don't think that those women can't get it too. Right? But a lot of women get gassed up and they think that just because they look a certain way that they the only type of woman that man will mess with. Like if they light skinned, they think that he won't ever mess with a dark skinned woman. If they skinny, they think he'll never mess with a big woman. Like whatever they are, they think that he's only attracted to that. And you will sit up and ha kiki with him while he throw a certain group of women under the bus. Whole time he'll mess with them women. Right? But he'll lie to your face and tell you that he don't like those type of women. He ain't attracted to those type of women. And like a fool, you will believe him. You will ha kiki with him thinking that that's the truth. And then end up getting played when he cheat on you with somebody that looks totally different and be the exact thing that he told you he don't check for.
Mariah the scientist should have been known that one of these jail calls was going to be about Young Thug playing in her face. Because any man that's going to sit on the phone with their old lady and talk about another woman's looks unprovoked is a man that's thinking about other women's looks. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, we're going to play the audio in a second, but there's been new phone calls released of Young Thug talking to one of his homies about cheating on Mariah the scientist right before he went to jail, and another phone call with him and some random woman telling her that he wanted to give her a baby. Let's get into it.
One of them little little girls, she posted stuff on the internet at my condo from a long time ago. Mariah, I called Mariah this morning, she like, man, girls posting in your condo. I'm like, oh my God, I hung up on her. I'm gonna dunk on you. I mean, yeah, baby, I'm got a girl in the condo a minute ago. I'm like, cut that. It was a minute ago, though. It was day, so I got locked up, man. But this minute ago,
he don't got no loyalty to anybody. And you should already know that most street dudes have more loyalty to their homies than they do to their women. So if he did his homies like that, what made you think? Okay, let's get into the next audio.
When you plan on having kids? At what age?
Can you get out?
Tell you.
When you come home, I have kids.
It's all just mad weird, and I recently saw a clip from an interview she did where she said that she felt like their privacy was invaded. You need to be thanking whoever's leaking these tapes for invading y'all privacy.
Footage leak of Thug telling another woman on the jail call that he wants her to have his baby the minute he gets out. I'm about to play the video, but this is a new episode of Thug Can't Stop Talking.
When you plan on having kids? At what age?
When you come home, I have kids.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Monday. Maybe more.
Yeah, today Monday.
Now Mariah has taken to her social media and has been posting her song lyrics as she is now sad. Thug tried to tell Mariah sorry pre-advance last night on a post. She told him straight up, man, watch out. Women on social media have already started telling Mariah she need to leave Thug, that she shouldn't have to deal with this. While other people are making posts telling him how could he do this. What's next to leak on the next episode of Thug Can't Stop Talking? Make sure to drop your opinions in the comments so we know that who you believe is up next on the call, or is it just going to be more about Mariah?
Child, so Young Thug is out here exposing all the rappers in Atlanta for being on the down low. Let's read his latest tweet, shall we? Since y'all want to call me a snitch, let's just air it all out then. We all be taking Mad D in Atlanta. I'm talking all y'all favorite rappers be taking it and they homeboys be giving it. Don't wear no skinnies around baby if you're not with it, just saying. For once, I'm happy to see men turning on men and outing each other. Okay. For once, I'm glad to see that women are no longer a part of this conversation, and that these types of men on the DL, they got to stop taking their frustrations out on women. Men should be holding men accountable. And see, now they need to get the trans women involved in this, because a lot of trans women, I'm not saying all, a lot of trans women secretly be helping these DL men destroy women. So now that Young Thug is out here exposing men on the DL, where does that put their secret lovers? Huh? What's about to happen? Is it about to get real ugly? Is it going to get dangerous for the trans women that are sleeping with these rappers? Again, women are not a part of this conversation. This is all Jeffrey. Or are y'all going to still be mad at women for the mess amongst all these men in Atlanta? Or is this going to start changing the trajectory? Can we expect more DL men to come out the closet now? If Young Thug is making it cool to come out the closet, can we expect more from black men in general? See, we as black women will appreciate y'all if you come out and be yourself. And I'm just going to say something else. I never really believed that DL men were scared of being embarrassed or shamed. I don't believe that for shit. I believe most DL men are sociopaths and psychopaths, and they enjoyed having the best of both worlds. That's why they didn't want to come out. Embarrassment and shame has nothing really to do with it. It's the fact, like, why would they come out the closet if they can get the best out of a woman? You know, a beautiful woman that provides stability, you know, got a good career, everything. He gets to enjoy the woman. She helps, you know, protect his image. But he gets the freakiness of a man on the side. He's getting the best of both worlds. Why would he come out the closet? So I think women should be celebrating. This is a celebration in Atlanta that DL men are exposing each other. And y'all could thank Young Thug. Ladies, be safe. I wouldn't even get on, you know, they got that medication PrEP. I think it's too harsh on women's bodies. I don't think we need to take that shit. We just need to abstain from sleeping with these men altogether and form our own communities. It's about to get ugly. I think it's about to get ugly in Atlanta. Somebody might put a hit out on him, but let's just see what happens. I wonder what else is going to come from this. If we're going to see trans women who have slept with him and other rappers come forward. I just know that women are not a part of this conversation. It's rappers exposing rappers, men exposing men for being DL. And I'm here for it.
And Mariah, girl, ain't no way I'm gonna be on the phone listening to my man sit up and talk and call another bitch ugly and then keep going. He didn't just make one little comment, he kept fucking going like a sassy ass female. Then he doing this interview talking about he poured his all into Gunna, he did this, that, and the third, and he paid for Gunna's mama's house. And man, that shit reminded me of when you fall out with a bitch and she tell all your business.
So Young Thug apologized to Glorilla. We knew the apology was coming, baby. Homeboy said he apologized. He's having a hard time with life right now. But the fact that Mariah the scientist could sit there and be so shady. Listen, I understand she loved that man. But to giggle at the fact that he was trying to call the girl ugly. But deep down, Mariah probably knew he wanted to smash that girl. Because why else are you bringing up her name on the phone when y'all talking? And that's just an example of when a woman want a man so bad, they'll laugh and agree at any little thing just to keep that man. That gives very much so doormat energy. Basically, that man could do whatever he wants to her say whatever he wants to her, and she okay with it because she loves him and she wants to be in his presence, and she wants him to choose her every time. It's so sad when it comes to a point where you would rather the man choose you. It don't matter what he doing that day, long as he choose you. And then to be in Glorilla face on that stage telling her sing her man's song. Some of y'all females ain't worth a nothing, baby. And Mariah the Scientist is a beautiful woman. But look what she's settling for. Like, what you got going on internally, girl, that you think you gotta be sitting down putting up with that? Baby, thugger. Can't talk about nobody. I mean, I'm not being funny. I'm just saying.
So I just got one real quick question. I just want to know who the hell keep leaking these motherfucking phone recorders and police files and all that. Because they the one who really motherfucking messy. They don't got all this shit started up between Thug and Baby and all these people. Honestly, y'all, that's all they wanted anyway. They wanted these rappers to be divided and to go against each other and just tear the music industry down. I just hate to see it. They gave them what they wanted.
I just know that correctional officer told her bestest or best friend, hey baby, I got with Thug. Thug wanted me. Only to hear he got with you because you hot and ready. He got with you because you was hot and ready like little Caesars, baby. You couldn't even let that cat air out. You just let loose. And then what's crazy to me is he has a girlfriend. It's not like this is some random man in jail or prison. This is Thug. We clearly know his girlfriend is Mariah the Scientist. Mariah, how do you feel? How do you feel? Baby, I'm talking about that is why her middle name is Hallelujah. That is why her name is Hallelujah. Because God was on her side with that one. The way they played them tapes. Baby, hers came out first. You sitting there want to be funny talking about something they call her, they saying she looked like Rihanna. First of all, when they were saying that, they was doing that as an actual joke towards her. So the fact that you would even bring that up, that just shows where you was going with it. You know, that just shows where you was going. Like you can't really say, oh, that's not what I was trying to do. No, that was. Because you clearly know people was saying it as a joke. You know people was comparing her to Bow Wow and Lil Mama. So I'm very much confused here. Why you're acting confused. But now we're all confused because your man is Lady Whistledown and he won't shut the hell up. That man was in there spending bread. I'm talking bread just to be on the phone. Just to be caked up on the phone. Somebody said, oh, I could tell Thug ain't had no plug because he ain't had no personal phone. I'm sitting there like, hell yeah. I thought you was big homie. It seemed like wham, wham, wham is big homie. I know Wham is looking at you.
I want to get into this tweet. It's a picture of Young Thug, Future, Gunna. One is known to go to astrologers, and that's Gunna because the album cover before the last one was his literal birth chart. And I know who his astrologer is. Future, Eleke's, I'm not even sure what that is, I'll be honest. But we all know that Thug practices Ifa. Like, they even mentioned the goat sacrifices in his trial. So his birth chart is very interesting when it pertains to this. So let's talk about it. But first, click my page to book a reading. So the 9th house in astrology is the house of religion, divination. So all of that stuff will fall into the 9th house. And Thug has this supercharged 9th house energy. His midheaven, he has his north node, he has Neptune, Uranus, and he even has his Lilith there. Now, I don't use Lilith, but he does have his Lilith there. And I think it's so interesting because a lot of his religious stuff has been publicized, which again, his midheaven is in the 9th house. The ruler of his 10th house is in his the ruler of his 9th house is in his 10th house, which shows that some of his religious practices and things like that can be publicized. But even from the standpoint of like, a lot of people are speculating that the reason why he won that trial is because he got the spiritual protection. And I honestly would not be surprised if Thug was spiritually protected, especially because when you think about that North Node,
Neptune Uranus combination, all of those are conjunct each other. I think that can really attest to that. And then even thinking about Jupiter is the planet of religion and spirituality. And he has that in his 4th house, which is your home, your roots, foundations, which shows that is probably something that he takes very seriously. And again, I think that it could have helped him, especially when you look at Jupiter is conjunct Venus. It's opposite the part of fortune. And in the video that I posted of him yesterday, talking about those placements and talking about how he was lucky, everything that I said about him being lucky could apply to his spiritual protection. And I put quote unquote because, again, that stuff comes at a cost. It's not just, oh, you're spiritually protected and you just get to walk through life. Like, the stuff that he's into, you got to pay to play. So I just find that so interesting. When you look at that 9th house stellium, when you think about how the 9th house represents not only the law, because that's what I focused on in my last video, but the 9th house also represents religion, and his religious practices have definitely come to the forefront in this trial. So I think that's interesting. Comment and let me know what y'all think. Like I said, follow me for more astrology content, and the link is in my page to book a reading.
Hey guys, I'm Jenny and this is Shameless Plug. So I want to tell you guys about my Crown of Success manifestation book with easy, simple rituals and spells to manifest a life of abundance in your life. And those spells are so easy, even a child can do it. So this book is filled with different spells that I've learned over the years from my family, passed down from grandma and everything. And also those are spells that I've actually tried and I know that they work. So this book not only teach you step by step on the things that you can do that are so easy that a child can do it, but it tells you like the proper moon phase to use, alchemy, manifesting with numbers, numerology, and also the days of the week that best fit for this particular spell. So it tells you the timing of when to practice the spell, the days of the week, the moon phase. It shows you all the colors of the candles that you should be using and different planets. So for example, I show you like planet Jupiter is for Thursdays and the hours of the days that you should be doing the spell. So this is an easy road opener spell. So I know a lot of people like to do like different spell work, but if your roads are blocked, of course your spells are not going to work. So it's good to unblock yourself first and then start using the spell, especially with the new years and the new days to come. And also I have some amazing spells in here. This is a powerful quick money spell. So if you're in a bind for some money and you're just trying to get some money, and I even have some easy powerful spell to win game of chance. So if you are a gambler, now I don't promote gambling, but if you are a gambler and you're just trying to make some money and trying to make sure you win, these spells will definitely help you. It tells you the best days to do it. So it says the best days to perform this spell is on a Thursday, Jupiter day. Jupiter is the planet of good fortune, luck, and expansion. Jupiter is the best day to perform spells that boost luck and increase your chance of success in any game of chance or any money spell, period. It has a list of so many spells that you can incorporate in your life with this new year to bring prosperity. And I even put some bonus spells on here, which for Saturday is a day to do like protection work. So I have a spell for like send back to senders. So I put some bonus spells on here, and then a protection with Archangel Michael. So there's so many spells on here. Removing the evil eye spell, so you can remove evil eye in your money and also in your everyday life. New Year home blessing spell, and I know it's been a few days since the new year started, but you can always do a home blessing spell any days of the week. As long as you need it, you could do it. So anyways, guys, this is my book. It's called Crown of Success by Jenny, and it's available on Amazon, the ebook and also the physical copying. So please grab a copy if you're interested in supporting this channel. This is a way to support the channel and to support me as well for putting out, content every day for you guys to enjoy. So I hope you guys enjoyed this book, and I hope you go and grab your copy, whether it's the ebook or the physical copy. I say have a physical copy, but it's really up to how much, your wallet and what you can afford. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Mwah. This is a shameless plug, so just check out my channel, okay? Love you guys. Mwah.